Hi, it's Christina Camelli here with another day of drawing together. Thank you so much for joining these, and I've gotten lots of little notes of gratitude, little emails, and I just want to say thank you to you too. Having this to do every day has given me a sense of purpose and immediacy that I was really casting about for. So, thank you for being on the other end of this video. It means a lot to me, and I'm really glad that it's enjoyable for you. So, today's drawing comes from this book, which is Step by Step Free Motion Quilting. It's full of drawings, and I thought that I should just tell you a funny story about this before we get started. This was my second book that I wrote. Hello, good morning. This was my second book that I wrote, and it came pretty quickly after my first book, and my publisher had a pretty tight turnaround schedule, and they were like, could you write this in like 4 months? And being kind of inexperienced and super optimistic, I was like, yeah, sure. And that was really, it turned out to be really hard. And I spent all this time drawing, and I was drawing so much that I didn't have hardly any time to quilt. I quilted a few things, like a few samples for the book, but not that many. What's so interesting is that after I came back to quilting, after I had been drawing, mostly only drawing for like 3 or 4 months, I was a dramatically better quilter just from drawing. So even if all you're doing right now is drawing, it's changing your brain, and you'll see the effects of that over time. So that's my little pep talk for quilters. If you're not a quilter, you're welcome to just draw and find the calm there. So here's today's. This one starts with a wavy line that goes across your piece. And then once you're there, you're going to follow along that line just a little bit above it. See how I'm just following along? And then you're just going to make a curve up. It's like 3/4 of a circle, and then you echo around the top of that curve back until you're almost to the original wavy line, but not quite to it. We're just echoing around on top of it, so we never want to touch it. And stopping there. Each of your waves can have a different shape. It can have a different size. That's all right. Oh, here comes the dog. She just can't understand why would I be talking to anybody that's not her. Okay, so that you can see how it looks. Now we are paused. We're back. We're back from the poor connection. You can make this design more extravagant if you want, like this. Let's see what happens if I just make my spirals bigger, or only some of them. If I start to vary that, it's starting to look maybe a little bit more interesting. And if you follow my work or you're a quilter yourself, you might be really interested, like I am, in creating good quilted texture. And you'll notice that there's like these big open spaces in the design. So I'm sort of in pause. We're back. Oh my gosh. All right, please move your sweet face. So what if you come over and echo over all, maybe echo again, and fill up that space, so that all of this becomes a really fun wavy texture. So I hope that drawing this today brings you a sense of calm. I know I've said this before, but I know I have a good design when, even after I've kind of gotten it, I want to keep drawing it. If you can draw a whole page, sometimes just like filling up a page is a good challenge, to make sure you have a good understanding about how you're going about filling your space and sizing your motifs. If you fill up a whole page with each design that you like, then you could save it in a folder and have a nice design reference of designs that are working for you. Alternatively, what I found out when writing my book was that any pages that like weren't quite right and I had just tossed away in a pile, my kids loved coloring them. So you could be creating your own personal coloring book for the people in your life, and that could be really fun. All right, so I guess that's the end of the drawing. Now, those of you who are joining me live, I wanted to say, I wanted to give a little special giveaway.